What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. So unless you've been under a rock, you have heard about the trade, the just mind-blowing trade of Luka Doncic going to the LA Lakers for Anthony Davis. There's some other players involved. I did a whole breakdown. We're just going to focus on those two players right here because of a comment that I heard earlier from Jason Whitlock, who basically, before I play the clip, I just want to say there's one part of what he says that really stood out to me about the WNBA or the NBA being rigged and how the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark are going to make the WNBA more popular than the NBA. The part that stood out to me is the rigged part. It feels like to me lately, like the NFL, the NBA, they've kind of been following this like wrestling, like this WWE model where it's definitely feeling like more show business and entertainment than sport lately, man. And I never thought I would feel this way, but recently, and especially with this trade, bro, David Stern would have never. He still blocked my guy Chris Paul from going to play with Kobe. Now they got a 25-year-old superstar, potential generational talent going to team up with LeBron. How? What? So that really stood out to me in this whole statement.
I still can't make sense of this Luka Doncic trade. I can't. It makes no sense. The only thing that does make sense, and I've been saying this, and maybe I'm way too ahead of the curve for you guys to understand it, the WNBA is going to be more popular than the NBA. Now, I know right now everyone's all excited. Oh, wow. Look at this fascinating trade in the NBA. This is incredible. That's going to wear off. And then everybody's going to be dealing with what a rigged deal the NBA is. And then they're going to look and say, you know what? Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, and this dream team that the Indiana Fever have put together, that's more interesting than the NBA. I actually knew everybody involved in these offseason moves that the Indiana Fever have made, putting together this dream team. Sophie Cunningham, of course, love her. Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner. Fever are loaded. This is a dynasty. You can sit around and think all you want about, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, what's going to happen? Go put a bet in right now. Indiana Fever are winning the championship, and they're going to break ratings records while doing it. That's a big part of the takeaway. They continue to destroy the NBA, destroy the credibility of the NBA. They keep handing the Lakers players and dynastic players, and people are just tired of it. People are tired of scripted men's professional sports, and they're going to go turn and watch scripted women's professional sports in the WNBA because that's more interesting.
Now, I'm not one to promote Jason Whitlock or be on his bandwagon or nothing like that, man, but I do feel like there's a little bit of merit to the growth of the WNBA and Caitlin Clark and how many fans that the Indiana Fever are drawing in. In year one, they broke every WNBA record for viewership. There were some weeks where they played and went up against the NBA in ratings, the WNBA versus the NBA, and the WNBA, like Caitlin Clark's games, had more views. It was the most watched draft, most watched All-Star game, most TV live broadcast they had with over like 1 million views in a season, most games. Like, it was must-watch TV. Every arena was packed. We have not seen one player impact a league like this in decades, bro. I mean, just the general impact of equity, marketability, and fandom, the growth. I mean, is there a faster growing league professionally right now than the WNBA, because it dang sure doesn't feel like it. And I do buy the fact that a lot of people now, they want to see Caitlin Clark win. The more she wins, the more the Indiana Fever win, the more people are going to tune in. The championships will bring in more viewers, more marketability, more endorsements, more money. They're getting the new CBA deal. They're getting the new TV contract. They have charter flights now, which they never had before. Players are walking around with security now, like teams getting security. Like, Caitlin Clark has elevated this league, and I definitely think that she can continue to carry them to like limitless stratospheres. Could they catch the NBA one day? At the rate it's going and what we're seeing, I feel like anything is possible right now. I feel like anything is possible, man, because the NBA is getting outrageous. The NBA is getting absolutely outrageous, man. The Luka trade is blasphemy, bro. When you're making trades like that, how many of the Dallas Mavs fans that are boycotting the team right now and mad and fed up with ownership and the fact that Luka, they're the savior, their franchise, they never would have did this to Dirk. Cuban would have never signed off on this. This man said he would have traded his wife before he traded Luka. How many of those fans are now going to jump on the bandwagon of the Dallas Wings and Paige Beckers and Dejanay Carrington and Enrique Wnba? Like, they have another team to watch. They have another team to watch. And what helps the WNBA also, acknowledge it, don't acknowledge it, having access to their players year-round in this new unrivaled league, there's nothing like that NBA players do other than pick up basketball. But having nationally broadcasted games in a 3-on-3 format, I wouldn't be surprised to see the NBA make their own version of unrivaled in some sort of form or fashion, man. You see they're trying to upgrade the tournaments and the playoffs and add international cups and international teams. Man, they're doing the best they can to go more globally. The WNBA isn't quite there at that point yet, but as far as here in America specifically, the growth of the game is undeniable. The merchandise sales that Caitlin Clark is doing, #1 jersey sold as a rookie. The Fever went from a laughingstock to the most popular team in the league, most searched team in the league, most watched team in the league, most merchandise sold in the league. So at this point, if the NBA keeps up with this foolishness, this discussion may sound a lot less crazy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, though, man. I agree also. The Fever are absolutely stacked. Wnba Bonner, the female KD, great addition to them. Natasha Howard, great addition. Sophia Cunningham, great addition. They added size. They added depth. They added shooting. The defense is there. Caitlin Clark about to have some bodyguards out there with Howard and Bonner. And Sophia Cunningham do not play that either. They are going to have fans tuned in. They got the look. They got the game. They play the right way. They got the superstar to build around. I mean, the sky's the limit for this group right here, man. And we might be witnessing the beginning of a dynasty. This reminds me of that Warriors team when you got Caitlin, a.k.a. Steph. You got Sophia Cunningham, a.k.a. Clay. You got Wnba Bonner, KD out there. Natasha Howard, Draymond. Then you got Leah Boston out there as well. Lexi Holt coming off the bench. Jaylen Brown, potentially. Like, I hate that they cut Grace Berger. I hate that happened. I don't think it was fair to her. They still got the draft picks, though. Dantas is still there. The Fever got a lot better. They addressed some perimeter defensive issues. They addressed some physicality issues. They brought in 3 dogs, 3 physical players, 3 competitors, 3 veterans that are going to elevate the culture of this franchise, and that are going to elevate the players off the court. They're going to teach these younger players, rub off on them, continue to teach them how to be professionals and carry themselves and survive and thrive in the WNBA. So I love what the Fever did. Stephanie White, a home run hire as well. I think they'll be better defensively. They're going to be playing fast, and you best be able to score that basketball if you're trying to keep up with the Fever next year. I'm telling you that right now. This is going to be a special group. Caitlin Clark Clark, man, she averaged around 13 assists. I would not be shocked, man. It's about to get really spooky for the league, and I'm excited to see, man. I'm definitely very excited for the WNBA season, more so than I ever have been, because this free agency has been crazy. I will say, though, this Luka trade completely took the attention off of the WNBA trade, or the off season, I will say, and then DeWanna Bonner signed with the Fever, and we was right back at it a day later. Hours later, we was right back at it, man. So, y'all let me know how y'all feel. I know for me personally, too, I've seen way more creators doing women's basketball, way more channels dedicating their channels to women's basketball, especially the WNBA, seeing way more content on that. So the growth of the game is undeniable. But that's a wrap for us. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. I'm Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, your host. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. And definitely follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, we out.